We are live and good to go. Over to you, anchors, after 15 seconds.
Good evening. Namaste. We welcome you all to LECO's Budding Technologist event 2023.
We feel privileged to extend our warm welcome. I'm Sagan, and with me I have today.
As nature says, if your day is hemmed in with prayer, it is less likely to get unraveled. So before we commence, let us have a word of prayer.
Over to you, anchors.
Now, we'd like to take a minute or two to emphasize on the importance of STEM-based transformative technology education. STEM education is a teaching and learning approach that is a unique combination of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. To be precise, STEM education primarily focuses on hands-on and problem-based learning methodology. STEM emphasizes developing logical and critical thinking skills by allowing students to learn and understand things from the perspective of the real world. STEM education equips students with the skills that are required to succeed in their respective careers, whether be in jobs, entrepreneurships, etc.
STEM education focuses on the building habits that will help children throughout their lives, from critical thinking skills, problem solving, and creative thinking to compassion and interpersonal skills. They learn how to apply all of these to their daily life for building a better world around them. We want to thank our school Lekol Chempaka for realizing the importance of STEM-based transformative technology education. We also want to take this opportunity and express our gratitude to how and why mentors for helping us create a bright future for ourselves.
We have a special video clip curated showcasing our innovative time with our mentors during our classroom sessions and at our school tinkering with different technologies and exploring new domains.
Now, may I call upon Akash sir from How and Why Education to address the judges, students, parents, school authorities, and our audience watching us live.
Thank you so much, Sagan. A very good evening to one and all present here and to those watching us live over YouTube. I take immense pleasure in extending my warm welcome to you all today on this wonderful occasion of Lecol's Budding Technologist 2023. Thank you so much for joining us live. According to the World Economic Forum, 1 billion jobs in the future are likely to be replaced by technology. What that essentially means is more than one third of the jobs that we see people doing today would be performed by machines and robots in the future. Therefore, it is essential more than ever for us to equip students that are the voice and light of tomorrow with technology. And I'm so glad that L'École Chempaka, as one of the leading schools in the nation, realizes the importance of technology transformative education. I want to take a moment and express my gratitude towards Shija ma'am, the director of L'École Group of Schools, Swaminathan Krishnan sir, the principal of Silver Rocks, Anandi Krishnan ma'am, the principal of L'École Serene Valley, and Jins Thomas sir, the dean of school. As mentors, it has been nothing less than a wonderful ride working with these young, ambitious minds. Over the past academic year, we've had the pleasure of training them on various technologies, including AI, biotechnology, robotics, coding, animation, to name a few. Today, being the second and the final day of the event, we are honoring the remaining 11 of our 21 finalist group as they showcase their innovative and research-based projects and prototypes. It's also my privilege to welcome our judging panelists today. We have Ms. Anuradha Krishnan ma'am joining us from Bangalore. We have Mr. Douglas, who has joined us all the way from Ghana, Africa. And we also have Mr. Arun PP joined us from Bangalore. Ms. Anuradha Krishnan ma'am is a veteran in the field of education with a demonstrated experience of over 22 years. Anuradha ma'am is highly skilled in K-12 education, classroom management, lesson planning, educational technology, and instructional design. Ma'am comes with a strong educational and professional background by having completed her graduation from Bangalore University. Ms. Anuradha currently heads two premium schools in Bangalore, namely Ebenezer International School and Primus Public School, and believes that bringing the best of the worlds in the student's life is a mission. It is a great honor to have you, ma'am, with us as one of the judging panelists. Thank you so much again for joining us.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
We also have with us Mr. Douglas. Mr. Douglas is the founder and CEO of Makerspace. He's also a STEM.org certified master trainer in Ghana and the West African sub-region. He has knowledge and experience and broad and robust understanding of electrical, electronic, sustainable energy and programming. He holds a Master of Science in Energy and Sustainable Management. He also holds a Bachelor in Electrical Engineering from Regional Maritime University. His research and energy efficiency and conversation skills also gives him the proficiency in IoT and robotics. Mr. Douglas has been closely working with students from the age of 5 to 25, and he loves working and tinkering with young minds. It's a pleasure to have you with us, Mr. Douglas. Thank you so much for taking time and joining with us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And we also have Mr. Arun PP here. Mr. Arun PP is the principal software architect in Optum. He has more than 17 years of experience with AI, machine learning, and data analytics. He has been working for more than 8 years as an architect for distributed system, cloud, microservices, analytics, full stack knowledge from Angular to Java. So he is truly one of your technologists. I'm sure a lot of you aspire to become like him. And it's a great pleasure to have you, Mr. Arun. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
All right. So with that said, I would once again wish all you students, all you young minds all the best. I'm sure we're going to have a wonderful time and we are all in for a good ride. I ask you again, do not be nervous. We are all very proud of you. And I know that, you're going to, all of us are going to have a great time. So with that said, all the best and over to you, anchors.
Thank you, sir, for addressing everyone with your words of welcome.
As per the announcement made yesterday, we shall continue our quiz contest today. We shall have the rest of the 3 questions of the series of 6 questions asked today during the course of the event.
Please take note that there will be a series of 6 questions that will be asked during the course of 2 days of this event. The participant who answers all the questions will be rewarded with a special gift voucher. So we request you to stay tuned. The winner of the quiz contest will be announced at the end of the event.
And now it's finally time to celebrate Lecor's young prodigies who have been working hard and smart over the last couple of months to bring their projects and prototypes to life. Let's together stimulate our sense for these little champs who are going to be the future and the voice of tomorrow.
As a pioneer, we have Ritika Sujesh from grade 5 who realizes the importance of having a portfolio website and how it can help individuals reach great heights in their careers. Over to you, Ritika.
Thank you. Good morning, respected judges. Good evening, respected judges, panel members, HBT resource persons, teachers, and my dear friends. I'm Ritika Sujesh from grade 5 Buttercup. At the outset, I would like to thank the HBT resource persons and my teachers for this amazing opportunity. Today, I will be presenting on the topic website development. Have you ever wondered why we need to learn about web development? Web development helps you generate long-term customer relationships because it provides a platform to connect with your customers. That is why it is important to learn about web development. Today, I'll be discussing about websites, web development, types of web development, portfolio websites, and why we need portfolio websites. E-commerce website. An e-commerce website allows you to sell products from your online store. Business websites. Whether you're creating a corporate website, startup website, or a consulting website, a business website establishes your brand's online presence. Startup website. A startup website is a website made from scratch that represents your business. Social media websites. Social networking site is an online platform that allows users to create a public profile and interact with other users. Portfolio websites. A portfolio website is a unique way to showcase your work and let others know about yourself. Personal websites. Personal websites are websites belonging to an individual rather than a company or an institute. Web development refers to the creating, building, and maintaining of websites. Front-end development is responsible for the look and feel of a website. When you create a website, you want it to be colorful. Front-end development deals with that part of the website. Back-end development. Back-end development is responsible for building and maintaining the code that runs a website. When you create a website, you want it to be glitch-free. Back-end development deals with that part of the website. Full stack development covers both front-end and back-end responsibilities. Portfolio websites. A portfolio website is a unique way to showcase your work and let others know about yourself. During a job search, we can't put all our information in a piece of paper, that is a resume. A portfolio website allows you to show our work to potential employers. It presents evidence of your relevant skills and abilities. We shall see a website created using the platform Wix. This is the portfolio website of my class. First, I shall begin with the collective program Spectrum, which is a science exhibition conducted in the month of January. I have included 4 of the 14 projects of my class. The 4 projects that I included are Unchain Our Planet, Tidal Energy, Electricity from Mud, and Earthquake Alarm. We also have a lot of students who excel in sports and other extracurricular activities, like Amaya, who is a swimming champion, and Aditi, who is very talented and creative and has won a Surf English Olympiad recently. We also have a lot of bakers who bake yummy cakes. Here is a photo. I have to confess that this website has a lot of limitations as I was only able to include a fraction of the talents of my class due to limited time. If I get an opportunity, I would like to showcase more such talents and unique activities of my school. A website helps the students to connect and interact. We have seen the immense use of internet and website during COVID. We could connect and talk to each other through websites. My website will also develop futuristically with interactive sessions and hand-holding. This will help the students to interact, share their problems, and plan their future. I believe every child is special and unique, and so are their talents. Through websites, they get more visibility and acceptance at a broader platform so that we all can branch out and bloom. Thank you.
Over to you, judges, for the feedback, please.
Ritika, first of all, congratulations. I love the confidence with which you spoke. Right? You were very clear about what you wanted done. And very smartly, you also spoke about the limitations you had in creating a complete website. So what made you take this up as your project? Why did you want to do this? And I'm sorry if I'm asking too many questions. My second one is, why did you choose to go it alone?
This project was actually assigned as a group of 5 people, but the other people couldn't join the classes. So I just had to present the project on my own. I chose the Spectrum because it is a really important science exhibition of our school, which is really interesting to see all the classes and all the projects. And I like science, so I did Spectrum.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Over to you, Mr. Arun.
Hey, Ritika, this is excellent. I do this for a job day to day, so I understand what you have done. It is very important to understand that also you now have a skill with which you can enable a website if somebody is asking you to do so. So which would help others in need time, right? So it's excellently presented, well articulated, nicely done. This keep up the spirit and wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir.
Rishika, Rishika, you are in grade 5, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so excellent presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Taking initiative in around coding is also keep and don't stop coding.
Oh, over to you, Crescentia.
Did you get it?
Can you pardon, sir?
Hello?
Mr. Douglas, we're not able to hear you clearly. I think there's some sort of lag.
I said what you are doing.
I did not understand, sir. I'm not able to hear you clearly.
It's all right, Ritika. I think sir is having some internet issues. No worries. Crescentia, you can take it forward.
It was a great website, Ritika.
Oh?
Thank you. Let's all give her a big hand.
Next up, we have Adinath Viji, Amayadat Suresh, and Tanmaya JK of grade 7 who are excited to unravel how deeply linked history and archaeology are with robotics and technology.
Good morning, all. My name is Tanmay JK, and I am here with my teammates Adinath and Amedat. We are here to present our topic, the serpentist. Robotics in archaeology. As technology has progressed, archaeological science has made great progress in the last century. As a result of this, archaeological tools have been made more sophisticated and useful. These developments have made archaeology easier, but we have not found solution to some problems till now. Still, archaeologists face challenges in exploring and excavating these sites without damaging them. So our solution to this problem is that we have developed a robot that can help in this minimally invasive archaeology problem. Our robot can fit through cracks and tunnels without destroying the monument. It can venture further and send us information and data. It can move even when it's upside down, and if fallen sideways, it can fix itself and continue moving.
You're muted out. You're still muted. You're
Amedat, can you please unmute yourself?
The host mute me. Yeah. Okay. So this is the system overview of our robot. The 9-way battery acted as the power source for our robot. The motor drive module helped us drive the motors, and the Arduino Nano acted as the brain, while the Bluetooth module allowed us to control everything wirelessly, as seen with the circuit diagram here also. The battery acts as the power source, the motor driver drives all the motors, Arduino Nano acts as the brain and controls everything, and Bluetooth module allows us to control it wirelessly. So how we programmed it was that the coding was done in C++ and integrated using the Arduino software. So this is a snippet of our code. So this section of our code is for forward and backward. So for forward, as you can see, there's low, high, low, high. The low and highs here are the zeros and 1. For forward, we use the pattern of 0, 1, 0, 1. And for going backwards, we use the pattern of high, low, which is 1, 0, 1, 0. And this is the app we use to control the robot. Over to you.
Thank you. Pros and cons. Some advantages of a robot are that it is battery powered, therefore it can work for a longer time. As our robot has a Bluetooth module, it can be controlled wirelessly. Our robot can go through small insertions without breaking the monument. Some disadvantages are that it cannot be used in wet environments. The insertion has to be medium sized to fit the robot. As the robot is a little bit heavy, it decreases the mobility. If the battery power runs out, our robot will not work. Application. In the future, our robot need not to be bound to archaeology. This robot can unlock many more possibilities. Some examples are interspace travel. The robot can be sent into space with satellites and rovers to explore many planets' surfaces. Underwater. What if there's an underwater ruin we want to explore? Our robot can be sent with submarines to explore these ruins. Search and rescue. I hope everyone knows about the Turkey-Syria earthquake, right? So what happened was that a huge earthquake struck Turkey and Syria in 6th February this year. Many buildings crashed down to the ground, with people in it. When the search and rescue team arrived at the area, all this was rubble around. So it would be hard for them to search for people and animals trapped underneath this rubble, right? That's where our robot comes. It enters and checks if people or animal are trapped underneath the rubble through the cracks and spaces between them. That's how our robot helps in search and rescue. Future plans. Some of our future plans are nanotech. What, uh, what if a crack is small? Why can't the robot be too? With this kind of technology, our robot can go through cracks and tunnels of any 3D scanning. This type of technology is already in use, can be paired with the nanotech or by itself. This will allow our robot to scan its environment and allow its user to 3D print this environment for further research. More segments. When more segments are added, maneuverability will be more easier. We will also be waterproofing our robot as the current robot cannot work in wet environment. Thank you.
Thank you.
Uh, hello?
Yes, Mr. Douglas.
Hello? Yes. I didn't see you testing the final project.
Yes, yeah, we had that video. We tested it. Like in moment ago.
Oh, so you are not done.
It is done. It is done.
Should I
Okay.
show the robot?
Yes, we have video of the work.
We can
Okay, so you can show that.
May I please say the video? Oh, okay. This is the our robot.
Oh, okay.
The work and this works. We have also made a video of it. If you want to see, we can show it to you.
Amedat, you
All
can
right,
share your
sure.
screen and show the video to the judges.
Yes,
and
yeah.
audience.
May I please?
Yeah, but it's a good attempt. Robotics, and if you look at trends in skills, you realize that a lot of jobs are going to be replaced, especially if it's a repetitive job. And so having you people trying to automate certain systems and looking at robotics for archaeologists, purposes is a good initiative. I really like the idea.
Thank you.
Congratulations to
Thank
the
you,
team.
sir.
Yeah, keep work. Yeah.
Over to you, Anuradha ma'am.
Hi, guys. Well done. As a team, what you worked really well, I can see it because you took various aspects of it and showcased it. Each of you had your areas of expertise, I assume, and came together. So can I ask you who took the lead to decide who does what? How
That was me.
dynamics work?
That was me.
Okay. And what made you decide that somebody had a particular skill?
Adi here, he can do coding and like he's good at explaining a lot of things. So I decided he can do most of explaining, and I'm good at coding, so as I can do coding. And Adi, no, and Tanmay is good at archaeology, so he knows multiple things. His father also.
Okay. Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I love a team that works together because that's a skill that we need to have in the future, right? So it's a great skill for you to develop.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Over to you, Arun sir.
Hey, the thought of a rugged robot itself is good. You can put them into any kind of environment. That's great. I have a question to the team. What was the most difficult challenge that you faced during building of this robot?
I think it was
The parts.
integration.
The parts.
Yeah. Parts and integration. Like
Yes.
multiple parts were not working sometimes. The motors did not move forward. Like
Sometimes the wire got attached. We had to fix a lot of.
Exactly. So the virtual world of coding, meeting with the reality of a robot, you have faced challenges. That is exactly you will face in real time, and you're on the right track of doing this. So it's a great job done, guys.
Thank
Nicely
you,
done.
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Over to you, anchors.
That was a fantastic project, team. Keep it up. Let's all give them a big round of applause.
Audience, it is time for the fourth quiz question. The same should have appeared in the chat. You're requested to submit the Google form within the next 2 minutes. Post which the form will be closed. All the best. Moving on, we have Abel Twinkle, Abhinav R, Ananya Yadav, and Arnav PL, who very well understand the importance of gamification and how it aids in cognitive development in adolescents.
Hello, Abhinav.
Hey Ananya, I had so much fun playing video games last night.
Yes, developing them is fun too.
Developing? What is developing video games?
Well, game development is the art of creating and designing a game, which describes the release of the game.
Okay, then how do you make one?
So you've never heard of Scratch?
What's Scratch?
In Scratch, we can create our own interactive stories, movies, and games using building blocks. We do not need to write codes to perform an action. Everything is done by drag and drop.
Okay, then what's coding?
Well, coding is the process or activity of writing computer programs. It is also how we communicate with computer.
Interesting. Then what about the future of video games?
Well, as gaming involves, companies such as Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft continue to advance innovation in it. Gaming industry has risen in popularity for years. And with people looking for new ways to stay socialized and entertained during the pandemic, it is only accelerated. Now that you know most things about gaming, why don't you try to predict its future?
I think there will be headsets that you can put on to make the gaming experience more immersive.
That already exists, Abhinav. It's called VR or virtual reality.
Will there be like an app on our phone that allows us to connect to the virtual world and the real world?
That also exists. It's called AR or augmented reality. But it will advance in the future though.
Will there be a type of game where you can play game stream from a server that has the game?
That's called cloud gaming. Its main advantage is that you can play a higher end game from a lower end computer.
Will there be like, servers for VR so we can play with other people?
Called the metaverse. It's currently in development by Facebook.
Will developers try to make games more realistic?
Yes, every developer in the market has been trying to make their games more realistic.
So, will there be any game that are actually healthy for us?
Well, Abhinav, that depends on the type of the game you play and the time you play the game for. If you play good and safe games for a little period of time, it is good for you. You are a healthy gamer. But if you play games with violence for a long period of time, it's unhealthy and you're not a healthy gamer. Here are some games which are good for children.
Hey guys, what are you two talking about?
Nothing, just talking about games.
We made a game, remember?
I do.
Good day, everyone. Our team has developed an exciting game that promotes eating healthy. Developing games is an art, and we had a lot of fun creating this one. The objective of the game is to collect healthy foods to increase your health level. There are 9 levels. In one level, you must avoid spikes on the ground that will decrease your health points. In the final level, you will face a food truck that will shoot unhealthy foods at you. Your goal is to dodge the unhealthy food and shoot healthy food at the truck. Now, without further delay, let me present the game to you and show you how to play it. The controls are A and D to move, W to shoot strawberries. But first, we have to collect the strawberries. Then only we can shoot the strawberries. These are the levels. For truck, shooting unhealthy food secure. And while collecting strawberries, your health will increase. Thank you. Over to Abel.
Hello everyone, I'm Amy Dugu. I made the games texture with the help of MS Excel. Now you might be wondering, what are textures? Textures are used to add realism into games. They are the graphical skins laid on top of 3D models so they appear just suffocating. I hope you will like the presentation. Thank you.
Over to the anchors.
Over to judges for the feedback.
Arun sir, can we have
Well
you first?
Well done.
Okay,
That was a great presentation, and I love games. So I've been developing games and teaching children how to make games using Scratch, Minecraft, Minecraft as well. So this is a good start for me, and it's the beginning of greater things. Okay, even in military and other places, they still need simulators, game simulations, and all of that. So the future is very clear, and it's a good opportunity for you people to continue to develop games and make it accessible to everybody in the world, right? Imagine developing a game and putting it on Google Play Store or any of the mobile app platforms where your children from all over the world can just download and play your game and give you feedback. It will be interesting. So there's a good project, and you can continue to expand it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Arun sir, over to you.
The thought of collecting strawberries would increase your health number. It's a good concept, kids. It's nicely done. I have a question to the team. You guys were talking about building blocks. What is that? If you put the building blocks together, would it generate code on the back end, and would it in turn create a game? Is that the concept?
Yes, sir.
Exactly.
Okay. That's a great thought. Nowadays, there is a concept called as low code, no code. It's very catching up nowadays. That is going to be the future. The programming or the code need not be written in maybe 5 to 10 years from now. So the concept that you guys have is very futuristic. So nicely done.
Another ma'am, can we have a few words from you, please?
Yeah, sure. Lovely, lovely presentation, children. I'm sure you love doing it because how big are you as gamers? How much gaming do each of you do? Have you been pulled up for it by your parents or not yet? No?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah. So see, when you love something, I'm sure you will love developing it too. Right? When you love doing something, it's always fun to spend hours and hours on it. And when the outcome of that is something positive, is something creative, like Mr. Douglas just mentioned, imagine having your game on the App Store and having people downloading it, talking about it, playing it. The excitement can be amazing, right? I've had a couple of students who've had their games on the App Store, and I remember them coming and telling me with such excitement about it. So I'm sure you're getting there. You're at the starting stages, and you have years to go. It's great that you're on this journey. So congratulations to all of you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Over to the anchors.
It was indeed a fun and value-based game. Let's all give them a big hand.
Moving on, we have Achyut Ajiv Purushothaman, Ishita Mohandas, Ivir N. Dinta, Jagat S. Nathan, and Azim Muhammad of grade 6, who are massive tech enthusiasts and are very keen on using AI for the welfare of mankind.
Good evening, everyone. So, project is artificial intelligence based attendance system. My name is Ishida, and I am here with my teammates Azim, Achyut, Jagat, and Aryavir. What are we going to solve? Our problem is that it will be hard for a teacher to take attendance in every time and send it to the principal. So we can solve it by keeping a face recognition system in our classroom, so that when we show a face in front of it, attendance will be taken and it can be sent to the principal.
Achut, can I ask you to put it in the slideshow mode, please? I'm sorry to interrupt. Can you put it in the slideshow mode? Thank you. Please proceed.
What is AI or artificial intelligence?
1 minute, sir.
No worries, Achut. That's completely understandable. You can proceed, yes.
What is AI or artificial intelligence? It's the skill of a computer or a robot powered by a computer to do tasks. The AI can be divided into various types based on the capabilities, functionalities, and self-awareness. AI Type 1 based on capabilities. The narrow AI or the weak AI is a type of AI that can perform dedicated tasks to do one task what is coded with. The examples are a calculator which can solve. It is dedicated on solving mathematical questions. The second type of AI is the general AI. It can perform any kind of logic as a human has. Now the general AI has not been finished yet. It is still getting worked on, so I won't be able to give any examples. This one really don't have to explain much, but super AI is a type of AI which can superpass the human brain's thinking. AI Type 2 based on functionalities. The first type is the reactive machines. These type of machines are the most basic type of AI. These AI systems cannot store memories or past experience for future achievements. The second type is the limited memory. These memories can store past events or a part of data for a short period of time. These machines can store data for a little period of time. AI Type 3 Self-awareness. Self-awareness is the future of AI or artificial intelligence. The AI will be having super intelligence, have their own consequences, sentiments, and self-awareness.
Next comes a face recognition. Face recognition is a method of identifying the identity of an individual using their face. It is more easier than other biometric technologies like fingerprints and retina scans. Let's look onto the features of face recognition. The system will identify the face in a very short time. The detection process is live. Tolerance to face posture, that means light differences may be there and it will be considered. Identification capability is high. The detected face will be matched with uploaded images very quickly. Advantages. The main advantage is that it is faster than other biometric technologies like fingerprints and retina scans. Also, it is more accurate way to identify the identity of the individuals than using their mobile number, email ID, etc. The technology is compatible and suitable for most security softwares. Risk of face recognition. It will affect our privacy as a photo is taken in every time. The data can be misused.
Can we go to the next slide? Yeah.
Now, we don't know any knowledge on coding, so you might be thinking, how did we make our project? Well, that's where Teachable Machine comes in. Teachable Machine is an open source web-based tool that can be used by anyone as it is an open source. The term open source refers to something people can modify and share because its design is publicly accessible. You can use it in very few steps. First, you have to gather a group of examples and change it into classes or categories that you want your machine to learn. After this step, you can click a button called Train Model. This will train your project with the examples in the classes. After this, you can export your train model in sites, apps and more so that you can use this code to train your model. What can you use to teach it? Well, you can use images with your face cam, for example, how we did to recognize faces. You can teach a model using sounds, for example, you can teach a model to classify different kinds of audio using short audio samples. You can also teach your model to understand different poses by using your face cam. What are the advantages, you ask? The advantages are it is very easy to train and deploy, and it takes very little time to train the model, mostly around 15 to 15 minutes. Anyone can use Teachable Machine as it is an open source. It is very easy to make a model, so even children can use Teachable Machine. So this is how our project works. So imagine me, Azam,
Ajit, can you please
Jagat.
enable the audio? I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yes, sir. Okay, so this is an attendance face recognition system. So imagine Jagat, me, Azam, Jagat, me, Arivir and Ishita is in one class and Azam is in another class. So Jagat is going to show his face right now. And it blinked the green light. Now Azam is going to show his face right now. And since he is not from this class, what's going to happen?
Are they doing the same?
Okay. Okay, so this.
Advantages of face recognition. If a stranger tries to enter the class, it can be identified and tracked movement of the students and staff throughout the day. As tracking is done in real time, attendance system reports based on face recognition system and more accurate and error-free. Disadvantages of face recognition. If we show a picture in front of it can be easily fooled and it can be unlocked.
Future plan. Our future plan is to use an IR sensor for more security purposes and better face recognition because our system can be fooled by showing a picture. So we are trying to solve that problem.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good job. Well done to the team. And it's a good initiative because AI is trending now. Um, it's the advent of Chat GPT and other AI platforms that are coming, which is going to change the face of education, where more schools will stop memorization and be thinking about project-based learning. And I really appreciate the fact that your school have taken this initiative of spearheading project-based learning, right? Because that is the way of the future, where each student has to apply what they are learning. And if you have taken initiative in areas of AI, which is also an important emerging technology, then it's a good attempt. It's a good initiative. I really appreciate the team for coming out with this presentation. And it didn't just end on concept, but you went ahead to prototype something. I really like it. Well done.
Thank you, sir.
Anuradha ma'am, over to you.
Yes. So face recognition that you're very familiar with, right? You on your phones, I'm sure you've enabled it. But I'm so glad that you spoke about the disadvantages of it. Have you heard about China using AI to recognize everyone that's going, that's moving around and what they are doing? Have you heard of this? No? Okay. So maybe what you can do is read the book 1984 by George Orwell, where there is talk, it's written long, long ago, way before 1984, and he talks about the big brother watching. There is this character that's watching everything that everyone's doing. And this face recognition software has the ability to become that, which can prove to be rather dangerous. But I think the teacher in me always comes out. My whole theory is anything can be used positively and negatively. And I'm so glad you're thinking of positive ways to use the software. I'm sure there are great ways that we can use it. And I think you coming up with a problem situation that happens in class where it takes too long to recognize, I think that's special. The fact that you noticed that you had such a problem and you tried to fix it. I think that's what makes you special. Well done.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Over to you, Ms. Sharon.
Him, man, quoting George Orwell was very nice. This is a perfect scenario to do that. Kids, it's nice to see that you are understanding a real world application of AI, specifically what you have in your school. Also, very nicely done. I have a question. Have you like stored the photos of your classmates on the background for you to compare with that, the video feed? Is that how you guys have done?
So we used picto blocks and we did some coding on it, and we also used teachable machine, and we used mine, Ishita's, Arivi's, Jagat's and Azum's faces, and we made Azum as the other class member. So after that we made the coding in picto blocks, and then we made like a Arduino, and then we add like a red light and a green light, so that whenever the person in one class shows their face, it'll turn on green light, but when another person shows the face on the same one, it shows red light and it beeps.
Great. So you had any challenges when you took the photos of your friends? You had to retake it or adjust it according to the development?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
had to,
Yes,
everyone
sir.
we had to.
I have to take once again the photos and all.
Okay, great. I
Sir,
hope you learned the difficulties of doing face recognition and having to take different sides of the face or something like that, right?
Yes, sir.
Uh,
Great. That's a good learning to have. So good work, team.
Thank you, sir.
thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Over to
That
you.
was amazing.
I'm sorry.
That was an amazing project team. Let's all clap for them.
we have a group who comes with hands-on knowledge and experience in 3D printing. Let's welcome Navdeep Ajit Panikar, Sri Ari AS, and Parthiv S to the platform.
Hi everyone, welcome to 3D World. I'm Srihari Ayas.
I'm Parthiv S.
And I'm Navdeep Ajit.
3D designing. 3D designing. Do you know the history of 3D printing? It was originated in 1981 by Dr. Hideo Kodama. What is 3D? 3D means 3 dimensions, something that has width, height, and length. Our physical environment is 3-dimensional and we move around it 3D. What are the difference between 3D and 2D? The picture drawn on a paper with a pencil is known as 2D and the picture made with a clay is known as 3D. Applications of 3D modeling. Today, 3D modeling is used in various industries like automobiles, films, animation, games, interior architecture, and even to make medicine. For example, making an highly rare cars or expensive cars, 3D printers are used by scanning the sensors by use of a software and the model is printed. Do you know the process of 3D printing? CAD 3D modeling. Then it is sent to STL file. Then slicing applications, then G-code. Then it is transferred to 3D printer and the 3D model is formed. 3D modeling softwares. Without a software, it will be difficult to make a model that is later printed with a 3D printer. Some softwares are Tinkercad, 3D Max, SketchUp, TopMark, Dinosaurs, and etc. Tinkercad. Tinkercad is a software in which we use in the school to make our own project. This is the cube that we made in school.
STL file, standard triangular language. Have you ever saved an image in Photoshop? If so, you'll always save it in PNG, right? Just like that, in Tinkercad, we save it as STL file. Other formats are also available, such as OBJ, SVJ. Slicing software. It has a most important role in 3D printing. It determines the quality of 3D printing with the help of different parameters. Different parameters in slicing software. Infill, print temperature, pet temperature, print speed, and print quality. Ultimaker Cura. It is the slicing software that we used in our project for our school. It is a beginner-friendly and very advanced slicing software. This is a video of us 3D designing. Have you all heard of a 2D printer? Well, do you know what a 3D printer is? A 3D printer makes 3D objects using the process known as additive manufacturing. What are the differences between a 3D printer and a normal printer? Instead of printing on paper, a 3D printer melts and reshapes different materials into beautiful shapes. An ordinary printer printing PDF and JPG files only. A 3D printer moves in 3 directions, 3 axes. They are X, Y, and Z. While a normal printer only moves in 2 directions. The different types of 3D printers are material extrusion, fuse deposition modeling, pad polymerization, stereolithography, binder jetting, material jetting, power bed fusion, selective laser sintering, sheet lamination, and finally directed energy deposition.
the products made from 3D printer. So a lot of products can be made from 3D printer. Some of the products can be pencils, bottles, and etc. Anatomy of an FDM 3D printer. The extruder, stepper, instrument, and filament. Extruder. Extruder is the heart of the 3D printer. There are two major sections of the extruder, the cold end and the hot end. Stepper motor. Stepper motors are powerful than normal motors. There are 4 stepper motors on a 3D printer. 3D printer print bed. 3D printer prints the object on the print bed. How does the 3D printer work? So first, the filament is loaded to the extruder, and the extruder is able to control the amount of filament precisely. Then the system moves the extruder head to be in position for printing the next layer. Then the hot end melts the filament to be in fluid state. Then the object is being constructed layer by layer on the heat bed. On the future, maybe 3D printed organs and 3D printed houses can be made. 3D printed houses are being made in Australia right now.
Now we shall show a video of 3D printing. Thank you.
Over to you, judges, for the feedback.
Thank you, Fatih, right? Fatih
Yes,
and the team. Yeah, thank you. 3D printing is very, very also another important area for additive and subtractive manufacturing, right? I've read posts where a 5th grade student elsewhere in Europe is making money out of 3D printing, right? What he's doing is that he attended a 3D printing class, and afterwards he started 3D modeling bag tags, right? Bag tags, key holders, and other things. He put it in a Ziploc, and then he starts selling it, right? Okay, so in your school, if you have a boarding house, people come and then they don't have a name tag on their bag. Okay, so he has 3D printed the name tag, and then you can just hang it with a lock. So you can just hang it on your bag all the time. So he's doing that for the school. And then he has even 3D printed the alphabet, right? And they are all 3D printed, okay, in a Ziploc, and then he's selling it to Montessori schools. So children are not seeing one on the whiteboard or the blackboard, but rather they are holding the 1, right? 2, 3, 4. They are holding the letters A, B, C, D in a Ziploc, so they can put them together if they want to maybe write a word, right? They can take the letters and put them together on their own table, right? So there's a very innovative area, and it has entrepreneurship attached to it. So it's a good initiative, and it's a virgin area. So you're in grade 6 and you are taking this 3D printing technology very serious. I think you'll go a long way to help you, okay, to build your career around it. Okay. So good work. Congratulations. Well done.
Thank you, sir.
Over to you, Anuradha, ma'am.
Hi, hello everyone. Yeah, everyone's talking about. You mentioned 3D printing organs of the body. Do you know what kind of substance they might use to print create?
Alginate.
Excellent. Yes, alginate is what they use. That's wonderful. Yes, I'm glad you've done all that research. Great. What did you print using your 3D printer?
That
little cube? Is it a cube? Okay. Okay. Well done.
Over to you, Mr.
Thank you, ma'am.
This was very informative session. Personally, I was not aware of many of the details that you explained in a presentation about the different types of 3D printing. So great work, guys. And when you printed this cube, what did you feel? Like, do you feel it's way better than building it using some molder in some factories? Or
yes, sir, definitely. Yes, sir, we can make our own cube and we can print it.
Yes, it's way faster and easier.
okay, now you can print the toys also.
It took 30 minutes. Means
Yes,
30
sir.
minutes to make this.
Great to know. Yeah, having a real-time experience of printing it by your hand, makes you think that what is the difference. So good learning, kids.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Over to you, anchors.
Next, audience, it is now time for the fifth question of the series. Like before, we believe the Google form is now visible in the YouTube chat. Time is ticking, and you have 2 minutes to submit your answers.
Moving on, we have Aditya A. Nair and Diya Sunil, who love working with and learning about electronics as a field and are keen on being on the cutting edge of technology.
Can the backend team please spotlight Dia? Thank you. Please start.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today, my teammate Dia and I will be presenting our Class 6 project on a laser security system using basic electronics. Our presentation will cover the basics of electronics, why laser security is important, the components required to build the system, and how it works. We will also share some advantages and disadvantages of laser security and our future plans for the project.
Let's start with the basics of electronics. Basic electronics uses basic components like resistors, transformers, capacitors, diodes, inductors, and transformers. They are powered by a battery.
Some of the applications of basic electronics include communication systems, signal processing, medical imaging, robotics, and security systems. Speaking of security systems, let's move on to our project.
The most basic definition of any security system is that it is a method by which something is secured through a system of interworking components and devices. Some of the security systems are widely used for theft control, fire protection, accident prevention, and protection of sensitive information.
Why laser security system? We choose to create a laser security system because it can be used to protect yourself, your family, and your property. Laser security systems are also becoming more affordable. Plus, laser security is good for the environment since it doesn't use harmful chemicals or substances.
To build a laser security system project, you will need a BC548 transistor, a 100 ohm resistor, an LDR or light detecting resistor, a 9-volt battery, an LED, a buzzer, connecting wires, and a breadboard or prototyping board. Once you have all these components, you can follow the working process of the system.
Process. When the laser is obstructed from hitting the LDR signal is stopped, which allows the signal to go to the transistor. Then the signal activates the buzzer and the LED. You can now just see the video of our project.
So what is a transistor? A transistor is a type of device that can be used to both conduct and insulate electric current. It's like a miniature on-off switch that allows a computer to process information. It's like a toll gate. When the signal is given, it opens.
Applications of transistor. The most common applications of transistor today is for computer memory chips, including electronic games, cameras, MP3 players, and microprocessors. Resistor. The resistor is the part of an electric circuit that resists or limits the power of an electric current in a circuit. It's like an airplane. When we take in some packages, the plane moves slower. In this case, less current is passed.
Applications of resistors are in heaters, toasters, microwaves, electric stoves, and etc. Moving on to the advantages of laser security. Laser security is very simple to install, easy to hide, and can't be tampered with that easily. This system works on batteries and not on electricity. So if there's a power shortage, it should still work.
However, there are some disadvantages of laser security. The laser security system works only if the laser is obstructed. In order to secure a larger area, we need more lasers and corresponding sensors. Nuisance alarms can be caused because of dust and insects.
Looking into the future, we plan to improve our system by adding more lasers to increase protection, adding facial recognition, and including an SOS device that sends out a distress signal to the police.
In conclusion, we believe that our project on creating a laser security system using basic electronics has the potential to be a cost-effective and efficient solution for protecting your homes and other properties.
Thank you for listening to our presentation. We are happy to answer your questions.
Over to you, judges, for the feedback.
Well done, team. Once
Yes.
again, you have exhibited high level of creativity. Talking about
Thank you.
laser, using laser for security purposes, and you went along to demonstrate that. The prototype, I really like it. What value of transistor did you use?
So I didn't hear you.
You know, you were using some transistor there. What kind of transistor were you using?
We used a BC548 transistor, sir.
Oh, okay. That's really good. Yeah. Thank you. It's a good project. I like it.
Thank you, sir.
Over to you, Arun, sir.
A very informative session. I'm not a subject matter expert of this, so it is good to learn from you guys the practical implications of laser technology. So nicely done. Good work.
Thank you, sir.
Anuradha, ma'am. Yeah.
Yeah, so when I saw your presentation, it reminded me of movies like Mission Impossible, right? Where you have people dodging all sorts of laser beams, trying to get that little diamond from somewhere or whatever, right? So
Yes,
I enjoyed watching it. Well done. Security is something we all have to worry about more and more these days. So good that those are the ideas in your mind. Well done.
Thank you, ma'am.
Over to the anchors. Thank you.
It was indeed an amazing project. Let's all give them a big round of applause.
Moving on, we have a dynamic duo who are known for their exceptional creativity and communication skills. They realize how the art of animation, when thoughtfully used, can create smooth transitions between plot lines and scenes and propels a tale ahead by increasing viewers' emotional involvement, making it the backbone of a story. Can I welcome Ayush Sebi and Rishikesh Vishnudas?
Hi everyone, my name is Ayush and I'm excited to be here today with my friend Rishikesh to talk about animation. We are in grade 6 at Lekol Chempaka Silver Rocks.
Hi there, I'm Rishikesh and I'm thrilled to be sharing my knowledge about animation with all of you.
So, without further ado, let's dive into the world of animation, from its history to its future and everything in between. Get ready to learn and be inspired by the amazing world of animation. Are you ready, Rishikesh?
I'm definitely ready, Ayush.
Rishikesh, do you know what coding is?
Of course, Ayush. Coding is the process of writing instructions in a programming language to perform a specific task. Ayush, could you explain what animation is?
Absolutely. Animation is the creation of the illusion of motion and change by rapidly displaying a sequence of images that minimally differ from each other.
Ayush, do you know about pencil and paper animation?
Of course, Rishikesh, pencil and paper animation involves drawing multiple images on paper and then flipping through them rapidly to create the illusion of motion. Rishikesh, can you explain cell animation to us?
Sure, cell animation refers to drawing multiple images and then flipping through them rapidly to create the illusion of motion.
Another type of traditional animation is 2D animation. This type of animation uses flat characters and environments to create the illusion of movement.
Exactly, Ayush. 2D animation is typically created using digital tools like Flash or hand-drawn animation techniques.
Another type of animation that has become increasingly popular in the recent years is 3D animation. This type of animation uses computer graphics to create three-dimensional characters and environments.
That's right, Ayush. 3D animation provides a much more immersive experience for the viewer and has been used in the creation of some of the biggest blockbuster films of all time.
Another popular animation technique is stop motion animation. This technique involves physically moving objects and then capturing individual frames to create the illusion of movement.
That's right, Ayush. Stop motion animation is a versatile technique that can be used to create anything from short films to feature length films.
Another area of animation that is becoming increasingly popular is motion graphics. This type of animation uses digital tools to create animated graphics and typography.
Yes, motion graphics is a great way to create engaging visual content that can be used to convey important information or tell a story.
And finally, there is CGI or computer generated imagery. This type of animation uses computer algorithms and software to create 3D environments and characters.
Let's unveil our animation on Spider Man.
The Amazing Spider-Man.
Hello, I am Peter Parker. I was once bitten by a radioactive spider and gained superpowers. No one knows that it is me who is Spider-Man. Hey, kiddo. Let me tell you about my superpowers. I have the proportionate strength of a spider. I also have the ability to leap several stories high, and my hands and feet can stick to any surface. I have a spider sense that lets me know when danger's nearby. My superhuman reflexes get me out of trouble. I've my amazing web shooters. With great power comes great responsibility. Bye for now. Stop right there.
Hello, Fred.
Hello, Mia.
Why don't we catch up over coffee?
Sure. And, oh, had been hearing a lot of things about some Spider-Man.
Oh, yes.
Hey, isn't that little Sammy?
Hello, Mia. Hello, Fred. Did you know Spider-Man fought the Green Monster yesterday night?
Oh wow. I love this Spider-Man character.
Yeah, Spider-Man is my superhero.
Mine too. The wall crawler is my superhero.
Spider-Man has made this neighborhood so safe. How I wish I could meet him.
Spider-Man is so brave and helpful.
Ah. Spider on in. Oh.
Incoming. New York is saved once again. Goodbye.
Thank you, Spidey. Spidey will be back soon.
Over to you, judges, for the feedback.
Great job, children. I felt like I was watching a movie myself. I still remember that tune from my childhood, watching the Spider-Man show. And how did it make you feel to be the creator of a show like this, right? I mean, I'm sure you've read up enough to know that. I think, the early Walt Disney movies needed something like 24, if I'm not mistaken, 24 in hand drawings per second kind of thing. So imagine how much it would have taken once upon a time. And you guys were able to create a pretty long video. Not bad at all. So how long did it take you? How many hours did you put in?
Ma'am, we actually took like 1 to 2 weeks to create the animation.
And how many hours?
About like 2 hours per day, we chatted and create the animation.
Okay. Well done. Well done. You had a proper storyline also. That was good.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
What do you, Mr. Douglas?
Yes. Creativity, critical thinking, communication, collaborations. These are the 4 C's of the 21st century. And I see all of this in your project. Well done.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Anuradha ma'am, over to you, please. Oh, I'm sorry, Arun sir, over to you, please.
Yeah. Hey kids, that's nicely presented. I like the way you started from the history of 2D and then went to 3D and CGI. It's good sometimes to appreciate how far the technology has come and how far the technology would go. So very nicely done. And the video was very professional and it was like watching a real anime video. So why Spider-Man? Why not Batman? I'm a Batman fan, so
Because Spider-Man is like it's really easy to recreate, as we all know the story of Spider-Man. And yeah.
and he has a red suit, so understand. Great work, kids. Nicely done.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, judges. Over to the anchors.
Our next group loves the idea of how a chatbot created using AI can help in proactive customer support and increase business revenue. Let us welcome Ayush Ratish and Pranav R to present their project.
Can the backend team please spotlight Team Chatbot? You may begin, students.
Good morning, good evening, one and all. I'm Pranav, and I have my friend Ayush here. Both of us belong to grade 6 in local Chempaka Silver. At the outset, let me thank my dear teachers and the whole Houndmate team for giving me this opportunity to present our project before you. We all have heard about intelligence, but what is artificial intelligence? Let me begin with a quote by Sundar Pichai. AI is probably the most important thing humanity has ever worked on. AI is more profound than electricity or fire. Today, me and my friend are going to talk about chatbot. So let us jump into the world of chatbot. It is a computer program that simulates human conversation through voice commands, text chats, or both. It is an artificial intelligence feature that can be embedded and used through any major messaging application. There are three types of chatbots: simple chatbots, smart chatbots, hybrid chatbots. Simple chatbots, which are task specific, like the Dominoes. Smart chatbots, in which AI is enabled, like Siri. Hybrid chatbots, which is a combination of simple and smart chatbots, like in medical diagnosis. The chatbot uses natural language understanding to determine what the user is trying to accomplish, then develop a knowledge base of questions and responses to what you predict users needs accurately and respond correctly over time.
Now let's learn about the history of chatbots. Elisa was the first chatbot as mentioned above. It was created by Joseph Besenbaum in 1966. Barry was constructed by the American psychotherapist Kenneth Colby in 1972. Dr. Sabatino is a chatbot created by Creative Labs for MS-DOS in 1992. Alice is a universal language processing chatbot that uses heuristic pattern. Siri was formed by Apple for iOS in 2010. Google Now was launched at Google in 2012. Cortana was first demonstrated at Microsoft Build 2014 Developer Conference. Alexa is an intelligent personal assistant developed by Amazon. ChatGPT is a large language model trained by OpenAI. Chatbots are used for other companies explore ways that they can use chatbots internally. For example, for consumer support. Many high-tech banking organizations are also looking to integrate automated AI-based solutions such as chatbots into their customer service. Chatbots are also appearing in the healthcare industry. A study suggested that physicians in the United States believe that chatbots would be most beneficial for scheduling doctor appointments. Advantages of chatbots. In the present era, organizations are working 24/7 to help their clients to explore new areas. Chatbot helps to minimize errors. It is critical to keep your customers engaged with your website if you want to grow a business. So using a chatbot, it would be easy for them. Chatbot is the best lead generation tool because it can suggest everything which is in your mind to capture a super targeted lead. Disadvantages of chatbot. Chatbot helps to minimize errors. Unfortunately, customer support representatives can make mistakes. That is human error in providing appropriate information to the customers. By replacing a human with a chatbot, you can minimize your operational costs. It is difficult for a corporation to hire employees for each role. Also, hackers can get into your system and cause malware and ransomware.
Finally, before we end our presentation, let me show the MIT app that we developed. This is our app. This is how you need to download the MIT AI 2 companion on your device and scan this QR code or type this code. so you can use this app. This is how our app works.
Can you please turn on the audio?
So no audio.
All right, no worries. Thank you.
When the right answer is clicked, it shows correct answer. When wrong answer is clicked, it shows wrong answer. So to conclude, there are many applications for AI and chatbots, but chatbots can't make decisions. They have zero research skills. Moreover, chatbots have no emotions.
Thank you. Now I request the judges to give their valuable feedback.
Over to you, Mr. Aaron.
So nicely done. I can see that you've developed a mobile app on this. So one question to you, what do you want to do with this application, or do you want to enhance what you have done currently? If so, what are the changes that you would make to the
Yes, sir.
application that you built?
Yes, sir. We are going to make it more further improved and will upload for children who don't know the basics of maths.
Okay, so you're planning to use chatbot for helping children to understand the basics of maths. Okay, nice thought.
Because
Nicely done.
children are the future leaders.
Rightly said. Yeah. Thank you.
To develop a study platform which would help students to learn the subject, to conduct quiz program in public such as in conferences.
Great. Okay.
Anuradha ma'am, over to you, please.
Hi, guys. You said that chatbots don't have emotions, right? But as far as I know, they are trying to develop bots with ability to recognize, certain emotions. What is your opinion? What do you think will happen when bots recognize and react to emotions? What do you think will happen?
They will be mostly like humans, human behavior.
Okay. And does that frighten you, or does that excite you?
Both.
Both. Good. Well done.
Over to you, Mr. Douglas.
Thank you.
Mr. Douglas, I'm sorry, you're on mute.
Thank you. I heard one of the students says that children are the future, but you are the future too, because it starts from you. At grade 6, you started thinking about chatbot. You are using App Inventor, and you are creating app to support children who have difficulties in learning mathematics. It's a good initiative. I really applaud you people for this. Well done.
Thank you, sir.
Over to you,
Thank you, sir.
Second, over to you.
Yeah. To proceed further, we have Keshav S. Nair, Rishikant Shankar, Mitra M. Menon, and Harsha R. Girish, who are known for their experimental skills and passion for AI and innovation.
Can you please highlight or spotlight Mitra as well? You may begin, team.
Keshav, you're on mute.
Good evening, everyone. A project by myself, Keshav, Rishkant, Mitra, and Harsha. Anytime medicine. Without further ado, let's dive in.
So, what is AI? AI is the ability for a computer to think and learn. Artificial intelligence is the simulation of human intelligence processed by machines, especially computer systems. So AI is the ability for a computer to think and learn, just like our human beings. And artificial intelligence is a simulation of human intelligence, is especially in computer systems. So with AI, computers can perform tasks which are typically done by people, including processing language, problem solving, and learning. AI in the market. So AI is already in the medical market in a number of ways. So I'm going to list some of them to you guys. Advances in computer power, learning algorithms, almost unlimited storage, and wearable health devices.
The pros and cons of AI in the medical market. The pros are it provides real-time data, which is happening at the moment. It streamlines tasks, which means it does tasks more efficiently and effectively, like booking appointments. It saves time and resources, and it may reduce physician stress, which a doctor may experience pressure when he's at a deadline, and AI could do the work for him and reduces stress. The cons are it still needs human surveillance. It may overlook social variables like the history of the patient and the allergies and the character of the patient. It may lead to unemployment because it can replace doctors and nurses in the future if it develops, and inaccuracies are still possible.
Application of AI in medicine. Okay, so there's a number of robots in the medical field, and a few of them are surgical robots, robot-assisted surgery, robotics for radiotherapy, rehabilitation robots, laboratory robots, robotic prosthetics, hospital robots, social robots, and yeah, that's it. Now Mitra will talk about disease diagnosis.
What do you mean by disease diagnosis? Detecting brain tumor or lung cancer based on CT scans, assessing the risk of sudden cardiac arrest or other heart diseases based on ECG, MRI images, finding traces of diabetic retinopathy in eye images. Now, Kesha will classify skin lesions in skin images.
Classifying skin lesions. Physicians can classify skin lesions into different kinds, such as benign or non-malignant, basal cancerous, pigmented benign keratosis, basal cell carcinoma, and squamous cell carcinoma. But with robotics, we might find something more. So the names mentioned above were the categories physicians mostly classify skin lesions into, but with robotics, we might find more categories. A few common types of skin lesions are acne, blisters, nodules, papules, wheals, etc.
Why use AI when physicians can do the exact same? Artificial intelligence techniques like ML, machine learning are like the second pair of eyes that can evaluate patient health based on the knowledge extracted from available data. There is plenty of useful data. There are CT, MRI, genomics, patient records, and handwritten files available in the cases mentioned above. And with all this data, machine learning algorithms are becoming just as efficient as the diagnostics by an expert. And that's why use AI when physicians can do the exact same.
Well, doesn't that mean AI will replace doctors? No, we're not even close. Yes, that might be inevitable in the future, but not as soon. Our project, Anytime Medicine. So using teachable machine and picture blocks, we can easily identify skin lesions. Here if you're confused.
Okay, so this is teachable machine. Many of you may already know what teachable machine is from the previous presentations. And yeah, for here we have 4 classes, each with a disease, one with no disease, and each class has over more than 200 or 300 image samples. Okay, so after we have all the samples, we train the model, and after we train it, we export it, and after that there should be a thing called upload my model. After you click on that, it will generate like a link and you copy that. Yeah, and moving on to Keshav, he will talk about picture blocks.
So as Rishikant said in the step before, the link copied can be integrated into picture blocks. So as you can see this button in the bottom left corner, if you just go ahead and click it, you can see ML or machine learning with teachable machine. I've already added this into my project, so I'm not going to add it again. But when you do add it, it will show a panel like this, which basically says load a model and create a model. So here, because we already copied the link, we click load a model and we paste the link in this area. And then we click load model. After that, you get these custom blocks which are made because the teachable machine was integrated into picture blocks. This is a very simple code. When the green flag here is clicked, our friend Isaac here goes from the center, which he normally is in, to the bottom left corner. And then it turns on my camera in the backdrop here, which will then the picture blocks will identify what the disease is, like as you can see, gangrene, pimples, and birthmark. Without further ado, as you can see, my video has appeared in the background, and because I'm not showing anything, it detects that there's no disease and Isaac doesn't say anything. But if I go ahead and show my birthmark, it says no problem, just a birthmark, which means that no need to rush to the doctors. It's just a birthmark. It's what you are born with. But if I show a gangrene, which is a dead tissue, it says this is very serious, which it really is, and it says go to a hospital right now. But if I go up and show the pimples, it says no problem, just pimples. I would still recommend going to a doctor, because as we all know, pimples at the surface is not that big of an issue. So to conclude, with more help from AI, or if we develop the AI, which I just explained right now, it might be able to basically scan the skin lesions and detect if it was deadly or it just non-harmful, it just stays there, nothing to worry about. And hopefully we won't have to rush to the doctors for every small thing we see, and it will help us recognize that it's nothing, just it's in us. Thank you.
Great job, guys. Who better to talk about this than Arun himself? Actually, Arun has been working in the AI field and specifically in the healthcare sector, enabling better patient care. So, Arun, we'd like for you to go first and please speak to the students.
Excellent, guys. This is very nicely thought through. I like the way that you have showcased how the application works, because you clearly had an idea of how this has to be used, right? How the patients would come and maybe show their skin, and then behind the scene you are helping them, and also the idea of a 3D character, telling you in a nicer way that you can go to hospital, cannot go to hospital, reduces the impact that the patient has when he hears a bad news suddenly, right? So it's all nicely well thought through, well organized. One question to you guys. So when you use the teachable, when you imported the model, behind the scene it's an image recognition model, right?
Yes, sir.
Do you know how that functions?
In my thought, it basically functions with the color, because as you can see, gangrene is green and the birthmark was black along with the pimples, which is red. So I think for this open source AI, which is not the max or the tip of technology which we have right now, it bases what it recognizes on color. That is my thought.
Great. And do you want to add any improvements on the existing model which will make it better? What do you think is the future?
The future, if I say, it would connect a pill dispenser or a medicine dispenser, and it would dispense medicines only if it's very, very improved, and if it's at the tip, and almost about 98 to 99% of doctors approve it, because one miscommunication can make everything go wrong. And it also, as we explained in our presentation, it has almost unlimited storage. So maybe it can store billions and maybe even trillions of images. But there are a few disadvantages on rare conditions, which the AI cannot recognize and probably have like a couple thousand images of. So until all of that is cleared out, the future of AI should be, or the medical AI in my thought should be, it recognizing what's wrong with your skin and suggesting if you go to a doctor if it can't handle that, dispensing a medicine if it's in the medium field, and just saying don't worry, it's just a birthmark or nothing to worry about, it's benign, in the base or easiest.
Great. Who was your partner in this program?
It was Mitra, Rishikant, and Harsha.
Mitra, Rishikant, and Harsha, do you guys have any thought on what would be the future enhancement that you wanted to do on this?
Yes, sir. It's basically what Keshav said. We all thought about it. We were working on the project, and yeah, we all gave like equal efforts to this. No one is greater. We are, yeah.
Thank you, guys.
I like the way that automatically came up, that we all work together on this, and no one is better than the other. I think that's the essence of working, an essential skill going forward. Well done, children. Great job. Congratulations.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Over to the anchors.
Awesome work, guys. Kudos to your entire team. Let us all give them a big round of applause.
Audience, it is time for the final question for the event. I'm sure you already know by now that your 2 minutes have already begun. All the best.
Just a second, anchors. I would like to jump in for it. Just a second. Can the backend team please spotlight me for a second? Yeah, thank you. It came into my information that Arun sir has to leave due to some emergency. So Arun sir, we don't want to leave you like that. Before you drop off from the call, could I have you speak a few words to all these students, these young minds of tomorrow, if you will? Yeah, over to you.
Hey, thank you, Akash. Kids, firstly, I want to say thank you. This is lovely. I did not expect it when I said yes to Ajay and to come to this event. The kind of creativity that you guys have shown is amazing. It's unparalleled to what a professional would do, because I'm working with professionals. I know how in industry these kind of creative thoughts would come, and I can guarantee you guys that what you guys have thought through, a lot of which you have developed is on par with what the professionals would think through. And I feel you guys have all the potential to become the right professionals in the world. Having said that, I wanted to let you think about few aspects. Fine. Firstly, I have seen a lot of people presenting the history of the problem and stating how it would help and things like that. It is very important for us to study the history and understand and not repeat the mistake and then improve on it, right? That is a very nice thing. Second thing is the curiosity. That is the foundational piece that you guys should continue. In my journey as a software technologist over the last 18 years, I've seen technology changes. Whatever you guys have worked on the tools and coding languages that you guys have used would change. It would change every 2 years. But curiosity is something that will keep your creativity flowing, keep that sense of wonder within you. Never lose that, because that will help you to give you wings on to the next level. Another important aspect I would want you to keep in mind is I have seen artificial intelligence as a primary theme in this entire presentations. It is very nice to see that you guys are thinking through artificial intelligence, but there are two aspects of artificial intelligence as a kids that you guys should be aware. Is one is bias. There is a bias in the AI model that we create. Basically, for example, if there are a lot of men creating these programming models, it is biased towards women, and it is proven in the industry. So I would appreciate more girls and boys. There should be participation in whatever it is. So ensure that everybody's point of view is taken care, and you would create a model which is bias free, ideally. Second piece is on ethics of AI. It is very important for you guys to understand the ethics of AI. It is very important debate in the industry currently to understand what is ethical, what is non-ethical. Combining these two, I am pretty sure that you guys would do wonders. I have not been part of any such meetings where such creativity has flown in the floor like this. It is so amazing to see you kids do this. It is. I'm going to tell my son. I have a son who is in first standard. That look at what your brothers are doing, and it's really amazing. It's really inspiring for me to be part of this. Keep doing the wonders, and keep that sense of wonder and curiosity within you. Do not let that go off. You will do wonders. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Arun. Thank you so much for your time. We are sorry that you have to go now, but you three as a judging panelists, you with Anuradha ma'am and Mr. Douglas, it was a great, judging panel that we had today. All we got questions and feedback from different angles, and we truly appreciate it. Thank you so much, Mr. Arun. Over to the anchors. We can move to the next last few projects that are remaining. Yeah.
Up next, we have future doctors and biomedical engineers who have curated a prototype of a pulse oximeter. Let's welcome Vaishnavi P, Vidya Lakshmi MP, and Karthikeyan S.
The greatest wealth is health. Good evening to all the judges, mentors, and dear friends. My name is Vidya Lakshmi MP.
I am Karthikeyan S.
And I am Vaishnavi. Today, we, the students of Grade 8 rows of Lekol Chempaka Serene Valley, are here to present our project, Pulse Oximeter. What is a pulse oximeter? A pulse oximeter is a small, lightweight device used to monitor the amount of oxygen carried in our blood. The pulse oximeter is a small clip-like device. It attaches to a body part, most commonly to a finger. Oximeters operate based on this principle of different absorption and light emission of the T and R configuration. It can rapidly detect even small changes in the oxygen levels. These levels show how efficiently blood is carrying oxygen to the extremities furthest from your heart, including your arms and legs.
So, what is its purpose? A pulse oximeter gives you accurate insights on your SpO2 and pulse rate within a matter of seconds, empowering you to respond quickly and confidently to abnormal readings. As a result, many people with adverse heart and breathing conditions invests in personal oximeters for in-home use.
Importance of monitor oxygen saturation levels. Oxygen saturation is an essential element in the management and understanding of a patient's care. Oxygen is tightly regulated within the body because hypoxemia can lead to many acute adverse effects on the individual organ system. These include the brain, heart, and kidneys.
Now, we've learned about what is a pulse oximeter. Now, what are the uses of a pulse oximeter? It is used to assess how well a new lung medication is working. It helps us evaluate whether someone needs help breathing and also determines whether someone needs supplemental oxygen therapy. It also assesses someone's ability to tolerate increased physical activity.
Principles of pulse oximeter. The graph shows the absorption of hemoglobin with and without oxygen with respect to different spectrum of light. The blue graph represents the hemoglobin and the red represents the hemoglobin with oxygen. The numbers in the bottom are the wavelength. It shows how light absorbed by hemoglobin in different wavelengths. Lesser the wavelength, hemoglobin with oxygen absorbs less. When it comes to the higher wavelength, hemoglobin with oxygen absorbs more light compared to the other.
Now, how does it work? A pulse oximeter uses a cold light source that shines a light through the fingertip, making the tip appear red. By analyzing the light from the light source that passes through the finger, the device is able to determine the oxygen level in the body.
Types of pulse oximeter are fingertip, handheld, benchtop, phone-based, wearable like watches, and multimodal, which can be integrated into other types of monitors.
What are the parts of a pulse oximeter? The oximeter utilizes an electronic processor and a pair of small light-emitting diodes, LEDs, facing a photodiode through a translucent part of the patient's body, usually a fingertip or an earlobe. One LED is red with a wavelength of 660 nm, and the other is infrared with a wavelength of 940 nm. Absorption of light at these wavelengths differs significantly between blood loaded with oxygen and blood lacking oxygen. Oxygenated blood or hemoglobin absorbs more infrared light and allows more red light to pass through. Deoxygenated blood, hemoglobin, allows more infrared light to pass through and absorbs more red light.
Connection block diagram. The heart pulse sensor is connected to the sandbox microcontroller, which transfers the signal to the sandbox, which displays the pulse on the LCD display.
The history and timeline of a pulse oximeter. The history of SpO2. Karl Martins develops the first two wavelength ear O2 saturation meter with red and green filters in 1935. Glenn Allen invents the first practical portable oximeter. Takao Aogi and Mashio Kishi used pulsatile changes in absorption of red and infrared light to measure the arterial O2 saturation in 1972. In 1987, widespread adoption, the standard of care in US hospitals began to include pulse oximetry. In 1995, Massimo introduces signal extraction technology that can measure patients in motion and low perfusion. In 2011, regulated acceptance, the US Secretary of HHS adds pulse oximetry to the uniform screening panel.
Now, we know that our blood saturation levels cannot always be accurate. There are certain factors affecting the reading of a pulse oximeter. They are poor circulation, skin pigmentation, skin thickness, skin temperature, current tobacco use, use of fingernail polish, and increased movement.
Future advancements in pulse oximeter. In future, the pulse oximeter can be directly connected to our heart, so we can know our blood saturation every time. It can also be connected to our device so that we can know when it's too high or low.
How can we know if the reading is accurate? Pulse oximeters are most accurate when blood oxygen saturation is between 90% and 100%. Accuracy decreases when blood oxygen saturation is between 80% and 90%, and the devices are least accurate when the saturation is below 80%. Which finger is correct for oximeter? We assume that the right middle finger and the right thumb has the most accurate value that reflects the arterial oxygen saturation. We have done a case study by taking the pulse of our teammates and our mentors and calculating the average per person after making of the hardware. Thank you all. Hope you enjoyed our presentation. Special thanks to our HPT mentors for guiding us throughout the process. Thank you and have a nice day.
Judges, your feedback, please.
Over to you, ma'am.
Hello, children. Yeah, the pulse oximeter became such a ubiquitous thing, something that we all used every day. Everyone had it in the house, so I can understand how it popped into your mind as something that you can work on, right? So, and I'm so glad you explained in detail. People like me use, but we only know how the end of it. We don't know the process by which it reads that value. And thank you so much for making it clearer to me. I learned from your presentation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Over to you, Mr. Douglas.
Yeah, thank you for such a wonderful presentation on pulse oximeter. As I worked at the university and I was teaching, handling laboratory work in bioinstrumentation. Okay, this pulse oximeter is something that students have to be doing every semester. And you at the 5th grade taking this, it means that when you get to the university and perhaps you decide to pursue biomedical engineering, this will become an easy course for you. All right, and it's a good attempt. I like it. Also, I was expecting to see an actual prototype at the end of the day, but I think it's the explanation and everything is clear, it's detailed, so it shows that you can really do it. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, judges. Over to you, anchors.
Amazing work, team. Let's all give them a big round of applause.
Next up, we have Shreyas Shine and Vasudev Ajit, who love and firmly believe in the idea of how creative animation and stellar storytelling can help change perspectives and lives. The platform is yours, guys.
Thank you.
Good evening, one and all. Today, me, Vasudev Ajit, and Shreyas Shine of Grade 5 Daffodils are going to present to you a project on animation. So, when I say the word animation, a lot comes to your mind. The first will be, what is animation? Animation is like giving life to our imagination. It is a rapid display of a sequence of images to create an illusion of the moment. Animation is best displayed as a motion picture or a video program. History of animation. Animation started long back from Greek and Roman mythology. Pygmalion of Greek and Roman mythology, created a figure of a woman so beautiful that he fell in love with her and begged Venus to bring her to life. And now, in 1832, Joseph Plato invented the phenakistoscope. It is a spinning cardboard disc that created the illusion of a movement when viewed in a mirror. 2 years ahead, in 1834, William George Horner invented the zoetrope. It is a rotating drum lined by a band of pictures that could be changed on your will. And now we'll be talking about an important figure in animation. He is the father of American animation, and he is James Stewart Blackton. In 1906, he made humorous faces or funny faces, and it is the first film-based animation. Oh, here comes the legend that contributed so much in animation. He made such a big impact that I still remember that impact. He is Walt Disney. He is a pioneer of the American animation industry. Mickey Mouse is an animated cartoon character co-created in 1928 by Walt Disney and Obloworks. Over to you, Shreyas. Shreyas, unmute.
Okay, thank you. Now, I will tell you about the Fleischer brothers. Fleischer brothers invented the rotoscoping process. Basically, this process takes a strip of live action footage that can be traced and redrawn as a cartoon. And there are three basic types of animation: traditional animation, 2D animation or vector-based animation, and 3D animation or computer animation. Now we move on to traditional animation. Traditional animation is also known as cell animation. In this type of animation, objects are drawn on celluloid transparent paper. And in this type of animation, the animators must draw every single frame. Zooming ahead a few years, we get 2D or vector-based animation. In this type of animation, the motion can be controlled by vectors rather than individual pixels. This uses mathematical values to resize images. And now, in this type of animation, creations can be reused. Finally, we get to 3D or computer animation. In this type of animation, animators use a program to move the character's body parts around. In this type of animation, images move in a three-dimensional environment, giving the illusion of a whole new world. And now we get the animation storyboard. Animation storyboards are the lifeline for creating animations. They are a series of sketches that map the key events of the narrative and are presented chronologically. These give the animator an idea of what they are supposed to present. Now, let's watch our wonderful Scratch animation.
Yes, I would like you to share your screen.
Okay, Vasu.
I have a ticket. Can I take the lottery? Of course. Congrats, you have a ticket to Hawaii.
Oh, going to die.
What? How did I get here? Oh, a bear. Oh God. I think I'm safe. What? How did this dynamite and matchbox get here? A jetpack too? Well, this seems useful. I think I should go out now. Wait, what? It's night already? If I sleep now, I will be barefoot by morning. So I guess I'll explore some more.
So is this the last one? Yes. So what is her plan again? Well, we have to make this cow into a super cow. Oh, okay. And then we can take over this pitiful world with ease. Yes, absolutely.
Oh no! I have to do something about this. Hey, aliens! Look at what I have!
Oh, dear Lord, me.
Now, let's not distract you with the credits. Now, I will show you why we use Scratch and what Scratch is. Scratch is an easy-to-use coding language that uses blocks instead of individual lines of code. Scratch promotes computational thinking and problem-solving skills. It makes use of creative teaching and learning. Why we use Scratch? It is simple and easy to learn. There's a myriad of pre-made sprites, sounds, and backgrounds that anyone can choose from. And anyone can make creative and fun games that anyone else can also see. You can even make apps in Scratch, for example, calculators and so on. Thank you. If you can dream it, you can do it. By Walt Disney.
Over
Oh,
to you, Miss.
Anuradha ma'am, your feedback, please.
Excellent job, children. As usual, animation is something that all of us enjoy all the time, right? I can watch cartoons forever, even now, right? I enjoy Walt Disney shows or many others even today. So I think you've used it effectively. You've got all sorts of characters. You've got aliens coming in. I can imagine where your sensibilities lie. It's great. It's fantastic. And well done to all of you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Over to you, Mr. Douglas.
Yes. So I've watched your cartoon, your animation, if how you call it, and it's awesome. You're talking every day. I'm talking to parents. I'm talking to children. It says that let's become the makers of technologies, not the consumers of technologies, right? And everybody here, every child here has demonstrated that they are using different technology. They are using technologies one way or the other in their presentation, right? And others are showing that, yes, they are not just consumers, end users of the technology, but in the future, they are going to build technologies that will be used by other people, benefit society and their community everywhere in the world. And this is awesome. You have all done very well. I appreciate that.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for invaluable words, sir.
Right.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, students. With that, we have come to the end of our project presentations for the day and for the event. Thank you so much, students. Let us all give a thundering applause to all these budding technologists in the future of tomorrow. You have made us all very, very proud. With that said, may I request Anuradha ma'am? Ma'am, firstly, I really want to thank you for your time and the feedback that you gave. It was really, really sweet and it was really full of insights and we thoroughly enjoyed your presence here. May I please request you to address the students, the school authorities, and everybody and anyone who is watching us live. Over to you, ma'am.
once again, I want to congratulate all the children who participated and presented today. I think it was a huge learning experience for me. These children have gone way beyond what is normally expected of children their age. Fantastic job. But having said that, I know they have been helped by their mentors, their teachers, and their parents. So kudos to all of them for having supported, because this cannot happen alone. This requires the support of the community, the support of the scaffolding that everyone else can provide. And that is what has been the difference. I have no doubt about it. The fact that the school thought ahead of time and gave them the opportunity to participate in such a program. The organization like, Akash and others who helped continue with that program and take it through, guide them, mentor them through this process, give them the right wherewithal to do it. I mean, it's not easy. You might know that, yes, I need a diode or a transistor or a resistor. I may not know where to get it. So having somebody to help you with that, and having parents who are willing to let their children explore these things, I'm sure they've given enough input and not pressurized them on, why are you not studying for your test or exam? So I'm so glad that the whole ecosystem worked together to produce this wonderful impact. I'm really, really happy to have been part of this, to see children who have all the power within them to excel all the so-called 21st century skills of creativity, collaboration, communication. You were such excellent communicators. You all did brilliantly at that. You found a problem, you made a problem statement, you decided to work towards finding a solution, came up with that solution, and actually created a prototype in most cases, or came up with an end product. There was a real physical outcome at the end of it. And that's amazing. So hats off to you. I am so impressed with every one of you. Congratulations to the students, to the school, to the management, to the teachers, to the parents, and of course, to the mentors. Congratulations to all of you. Well done.
I'm extremely sorry. Yes, thank you so much, Anuradha ma'am, for your valuable words. Your presence really mean a lot to us. And the school and our entire Have and Why team is really grateful for you for your time on this today's evening. Thank you so much, ma'am. We also have Anandi ma'am and Jins with us today. Thank you so much for joining us. We know for a fact that this wouldn't have been anywhere possible without your support. Graciously, you've been supporting the entire Have and Why team. This entire project, it has only been fueled because of your passion, because of your vision, and we really do not take that for granted, and we are thankful for the same. So, Anandi ma'am, may I request you to say a few words, please?
So, very good evening to one and all. I've been following this program very closely, both yesterday and today. And I was really impressed with the type of projects that our students presented, right? Starting from, as Anuradha ma'am mentioned, identifying a problem and then working on it, finding a solution. Like, for example, I saw something on a project on smart dustbin, or something on face recognition. And we had so many projects on animation, which is very close to the heart of the students. Then we had wonderful projects related to health, like we had the bionic arm, and we also had the pulse oximeter. So I'm really happy that our students are thinking, and so much of learning has happened. So it has involved a lot of research, and research combined with peer learning. So students learn from one another. So that's something wonderful. And also the How and Why team has been so very supportive, that mentorship, because I've been seeing the messages, because I'm also part of the group. So much of close mentoring has happened, meetings and discussions, and so much of guidance has been given. So big thank you to the How and Why team. Mr. Ajay, Mr. Akash. Then I know a few mentors who have been at the Serene Valley campus, Mr. Akash, Mr. Sham. So thanks a lot. And I'm really happy, that Chempaka School has been associated with the How and Why team. I think for the past 2 years, we are in association with your team and you're doing a wonderful job. And I express my gratitude to the esteemed panel of judges, Mr. Douglas, Mr. Pramod Pillai, who was with us yesterday, Ms. Anuradha, and Mr. Arun, who was also with us today. So thanks a lot for your patience and the valuable suggestions that you gave to our young budding technologists. So as the program, the program is rightly named as Budding Technologist. So a big, congratulations to all our budding technologists. So you have ignited the scientific spark in each one of these kids. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Anandi ma'am. As a matter of fact, like I just said, all of this is only possible because LECOL as a school believes in holistic education. The school management believes in equipping the students with technology. And that is why we have had this pleasure of actually equipping these students to be future ready. So all credits to you as well. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Mr. Douglas, if you're here, can I hear a few words from you? Can you please address the audience? I think Mr. Douglas is facing some internet issues. All right, we also have with us the Dean of the school, Jins Thomas sir, here with us. Jins Thomas sir, thank you so much for joining us. May I please request you to share a few words with us?
Good evening, budding technologists. What a pleasure to be here with you. I believe some technological glitches. I don't belong to your generation. Yeah, you excuse me. Right? Okay. First of all, I should appreciate Anuradha ma'am, Arun sir, Mr. IIT, and Pramod Pillai sir for being wonderful judges. I've been watching the programs on YouTube yesterday, and today I got some time to be here with you. It was a great experience being with you children. You know what, a century ago, people used to believe that knowledge, the combined knowledge that we have, doubles in about 100 years. By the time it was 1945, this knowledge used to double in about 25 years. In 1982, one Mr. Fuller wrote a book in which he says, knowledge doubles in about 18 months' time. And today, the combined knowledge that is available to humanity doubles in about 12 hours. So you understand the speed at which human race is progressing and the speed at which we need to keep equipping ourselves. So it is 10 years down the line that you might be appearing for a job, for your first job interview. I don't know, but that world is definitely going to be way too different from the world that you see today, from the world that we see today. And it is for that world that Chempaka is trying to prepare you. And that is why what Ajay and his team, How and Why team, does makes a lot more sense, becomes more valuable, and we appreciate them. We appreciate the How and Why team. They may not hear us, but can we give them a good round of applause? Yeah. At least those of us who are here, you liked them, right? Yeah, I'm sure about it. Ajay, thank you very much for all that you've been doing for the Chempaka family, the Chempaka children. All the judges, once again, sincere appreciation to you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Jen sir, for your words of appreciation. It really does mean a lot to us. Also, you've also been very supportive. I know for a fact that we've been having multiple calls with you and you've really been there, and all the support that we required, you've never said no to us, and we are thankful for that. Mr. Douglas, if your internet connection is smooth now, may I request you to please speak a few words and address our audience? You're on mute. May I please request you to unmute? Yeah, thank you.
Yes, For me, the best moment is today, right? Yesterday and today is the best moment. Spending time with children who are not just reciting things, but rather demonstrating proof of learning. See, proof of learning. That means that they've learned something. They are able to articulate it, and then they are able to build something to show that this is what we have done. Out of the knowledge that we've studied, we have been able to come out with something. We've practicalized the learning, and that is a big point for me. And I really appreciate that. And I thank the school owners, directors for making their students available, and the parents that also supported their children to be able to be part of this wonderful event. For me, I'm looking forward to a time where we can have children from Ghana, okay, also presenting on the same platform, also presenting their projects, right? Design projects as we are doing today, because I'm training a lot of children from different schools in Ghana, right? And this is a very good platform where they can also network and showcase the kind of things that they are doing. I've been using PictoBlocks to teach them. I'm teaching them Arduino. They are doing Minecraft and other things, right? Which is in line with whatever is being done, 3D printing, 3D modeling, and everything. I have a makerspace in Ghana, which you can search online and everything. If you go to our YouTube, you see some of these things that is being done there, _makerspace. You see some of these things. So it is important that we collaborate further in the coming year, where children from your school and children from Ghana on single platform are able to present projects, innovation, and learn from each other. Thank you so much for the opportunity, and I love to be here.
Thank you so much, Mr. Douglas. I really appreciate you being here. Audience, as you might be aware, that Mr. Douglas has been there for day 1 as well as day 2, and we really appreciate your time and your passion of working with young minds and sharing your insights with them. With that said, we have a few happy parents with us. We all know for a fact that this wouldn't have been possible without the support and blessings of our dear parents. We have a few happy parents here who'd like to share their feedback on L'École Chempaka and How and Why's integrated program. May I first invite Dr. Parvati Ganeshan, the mother of Pranav R, to share her feedback with us.
Hello all. It was overall a great experience. It provided the kids a good opportunity to learn new things that are not part of the curriculum. And they realized the importance of teamwork, and it also helped them to improve their presentation skills. The concepts were made very clear. The mentors helped them a lot so that they could do it without much help from our side. And we, being medical professionals, often come across the term AI. So after listening to the entire presentations, we felt that this area is expanding in a big way. And things which were once thought to be a dream or a fantasy movie are now proving to be a reality. Yeah, so thanks a lot to the entire team.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It's only because of your support that this has been possible. Up next, we have Rashmi ma'am, the mother of Ritika Suji. She would like to share a few words with us. Over to you, ma'am.
Hi, good evening, everyone. As you said, I'm Ritika's mom, and I'm extremely happy for the initiative taken by the school in exposing these children to newer fields of science and technology at this very early stage. And the topics dealt with in these sessions were excellent. Actually, all the sessions were excellent, and the resource persons have taken a tremendous effort meticulously in guiding these children and also boost them up just before their final presentations. I've heard some of these presentations, and the confidence with which these kids are actually taking lead is commendable. Actually, hats off to all the mentors and resource persons who have molded these little minds actually to take up new challenges every day. You have ignited a technology, budding technologists. You have ignited their mind, and they are actually willing to take up new challenges every day. So thank you for that. And as for the experience gained, actually, I've seen Ritika being very curious in attending all these sessions and trying to learn new things every day. This has actually helped her evolve better. And with the help of her mentor, Jenny, I think I should actually say all of your names. Jeniza ma'am, who have helped her in every stage to make it better and energize her till the last moment, just before her final presentation. She was continuously supporting her. So a big thank you to Jeniza ma'am. And I would like to thank all the other resource persons, Ajay sir, Akash sir, Ashwin sir, Shyam sir. All of you have done an excellent job in actually guiding these kids and making them more, actually igniting them. And kindly excuse me if I have missed out anyone to say their names. So these sessions have actually helped Ritika to explore and learn of her own and improve her presentation skills and also voice her thoughts in a very efficient manner. And I will also like to thank all the judges who have been there and who have taken their esteem, their time to encourage these kids in a very special way, and all the school personals who have been here, Anandi ma'am, Jin sir, all of you, a big thank you to all for this initiative that you have taken, which actually makes Lekol a different set of school from the other schools. This is what it makes it different. And as parents, we are very happy to be a part of this family. So big thank you to you all. And I wish more such sessions may be held so that these children will evolve and equip themselves better for a greater future. So thank you so much. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Your words really mean a lot. That was very kind of you to say, and also to take so many of our names. So with that, we have come to an end of this entire Budding Technologist 2023. Before we wind up, I would once again like to thank all of you watching us over live YouTube. You know, all of you have joined us on day 1 and day 2. You've answered quiz questions. You've seen our young budding technologists. And I'm sure, you know, I know for a fact, because we know a few people, we have people who have joined us from Africa, you know, we have, I mean, Kenya, Ghana, we have people from Bangalore and other cities. I myself am joining you from Pune. So we've had people from all over join, and even the people that I know, the feedback that they've given to us is that, you know, what is cool that they celebrate a talent like this and they give a platform like this. So we really thank, once again, I want to thank Shija ma'am, the director of the school. I want to thank Swaminathan sir, the principal of Silver Rock School, Anandi ma'am, the principal of Serene Valley School, and Jins Thomas sir, the dean of school. All the judges who came, you know, your feedback did matter a lot to us. Then all the parents, the parents who spoke, the parents who did not, I'm sure there are hundreds of other parents. And because of time, I know for a fact, I heard from the mentors that there were a lot more parents who wanted to speak. But because of the time factor, we couldn't get everyone in. But to those that spoke, it really meant a lot to us, your kind words. And I know in the upcoming years, in association with Lekol, we really truly hope, because we together, I know that we can make a difference, and we look forward to it. And above all, let us all once again for the last time clap for the participants, the students who have been working for weeks and weeks together, working hard and smart. So it would have not been possible. Of course, you are the stars of this show, and I really appreciate your talent and your hard work. I would also like to take this opportunity to appreciate all the school teachers, because the school teachers have also been immensely helpful. You know, they have been supporting us with all sort of things, even from the classroom sessions to conducting an event like this. Like you see, it is not easy. It is not at all easy. And which is where the coordinators, the teachers have come into play. And I do not want to make the mistake of missing, you know, to thank them. We really appreciate that. And we realize that it wouldn't be possible without your support. And I also want to thank the anchors, Piali, Siddharth, Crescentia, and Sagan. You've done an amazing job. And with that said, I will wrap up and sign, you know, all of you, all the best. I know you have a bright future waiting for you. Until then, take care. Good night, sleep tight. We'll be ending the session here.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.
Bye, sir. Have a